Hello everyone. In today's video, we are going to discuss about marriage delay and what is the astrological reason for it. We are going to see both the delays in marriage as well as issues that happen around marriage. What I mean is, for some people, the marriage may get fixed. You may decide to get married to another person. Uh, you will start the preparation, for marriage activities, but suddenly the marriage stops. That is also a kind of issue with marriage event, right? So we will see what is the reason for such instances also. The key point I want to highlight is I am talking about marriage delay and issues with marriage as an event. Okay, I am not talking about marital issues or how one's married life is going to be. Okay, that's not the purpose of this video. We'll also cover what is a good remedy, astro remedy for such issues. Okay, let's start with an example. I am taking an example of Mithuna Lagna or Gemini Lagna. We consider this as the first house. This is second house, third house, fourth house, and so it goes. If you see, I have highlighted, the second, seventh, and eighth house in different color. Okay, if second, 7, and 8 are vacant, it is generally considered good for marriage. In fact, for any purpose, let's take the example of profession. It is better that there are no planets sitting in the 10th house. Okay. We don't want planets aspecting also. What it means is the the planets will be able to express themselves freely. Okay. Any aspect, any presence will make that particular planet, that is the lord of the planet, will feel constrained or restricted because of the aspect, because of the presence of other planets. That is why it's always preferable that the houses 2, 7, and 8 are empty for a good married life and also for the marriage to happen in time. Okay, if, on the other hand, there are malefics in 2, 7, and 8, okay, why 2, 7, and 8? Second house denotes the immediate family. Seventh house is the house of your life partner. Eighth house is talks about the longevity, and other aspects. So 2, 7, and 8 are very, very important for married life and for the marriage event to happen without any delay also or without any issues. So if second, 7, and 8 are empty, it is always considered good. On the other hand, if you have malefics in 2, 7, 8, when I say malefics, I am referring to Saturn, Mars, Rahu, and even Sun to some extent, right? Or an Amavasya moon, right? That is also considered a malefic. So in all these situations, marriage as an event is going to get delayed, and there are bound to be issues in married life as well. Okay. So, should I see only from Lagna or should I see from Rashi? In fact, you should see both from Lagna as well as Rashi. If there are no planets in 2, 7, 8, both from Lagna perspective as well as from Rashi perspective, it is considered good for married life and also for the marriage as an event to happen faster. Okay, marriage to happen at the right time, in one's life. However, if there are planets, it is definitely bound to cause some delays and issues, right? So, what is the remedy in such situations? The remedy itself is the late marriage. Okay, for individuals with malefics in 2, 7, 8, the horoscope or the destiny itself is telling you are not ready to get married. Okay, let's wait a little longer. What happens after, when someone is after 30 years of age, right? The person's outlook changes, the person's maturity improves, right? The person sees life in a different perspective, right, compared to when you are in your early 20s. Not everyone is ready to get married at an early age. That's what is indicated by the presence of malefics in 2, 7, 8. It doesn't necessarily mean a bad marriage. It only means that you need to wait a little longer, and it is advisable that you get married preferably late in life, after 30, 32 years of age, right? As an individual or as parents to an individual, this is something that you may not like, right? But you are born with certain characteristics, right? And those characteristics are not helpful to married life, right? So over time, you see life in different perspective, or your experiences, okay, molds you to manage married life, right? And the challenges that come with it, because in a married life you are sharing space with an individual, right? Even if you stay in a hostel room, as a roommate, not everybody is comfortable or is able to manage the roommate in a hostel, right? Let's say you stay in a hostel to study, right? Even that roommate, you are not able to manage. So how such individuals are going to handle the presence of another individual, right, in their life? So marriage is a long term commitment where you are sharing, the space, not just physically but also emotionally and psychologically. So from those perspectives, a certain level of maturity is needed for the individual, and what the horoscope is indicating is you are not ready, right? So doing remedies is not going to change that. The only remedy is to go for late marriage. So for people with malefics in 278, either from Rashi or from Lagna or both, wait, right? It's not that you're going to have a bad married life. Please wait. That's what your horoscope is telling you, and please listen to that, right? This is a key point that I want to share with you. Another point that I want to share is, for some people, the marriage will get fixed, but it will not progress towards marriage, or marriage will not get completed, and the individual may get married to another person. What is the main reason for that? The main reason for that is the presence of Saturn and Moon. Saturn and Moon together is known as Punarpu dosha, right? It is not considered good from the perspective of marriage as an event. This doesn't mean that you will have a bad married life. Please note that, right? Saturn plus Moon will cause issues, problems in the occurrence of marriage as an event, right? Like the example that I gave, marriage gets fixed, but the marriage doesn't happen or get completed, right? For some reason, the marriage is called off and the individual marries another person, right? So that is also an issue, and that is due to Saturn Moon conjunction, that is Saturn and Moon being together in any house, not necessarily ninth house. And the other reason is Saturn and Moon could aspect each other, like the seventh aspect, or Saturn and Moon could exchange places. We call it as mutual exchange. That is, Moon is here, okay, Saturn is here. What is this? This is Kataka Lagna, this is Aquarius, right? Kumbha, this is Kataka, this is Kumbha. Moon is here and Saturn is here, so there is an exchange between Saturn and Moon. This is also causing what is known as Punarpu dosha. That is, when Saturn and Moon get related in any manner, right, in a horoscope, it leads to what is known as Punarpu dosha, and that leads to issues in marriage and delays in marriage also, okay? But this doesn't cause problems in married life, right? This is something that you need to keep in mind. The other thing that I want to highlight is, the role of Ketu on the fifth house. An important event associated with marriage is, childbirth. Many people in the world, experience delays in marriage because their fifth house, which denotes the childbirth and children, in one's horoscope, is afflicted. Okay, especially the presence of Ketu. Ketu is a spiritual planet, and the presence of Ketu in fifth house is not good, right, for the perspective of children. So Ketu also plays in Ketu in fifth house can also cause delays in marriage. The point I'm making is, if your childbirth is going to get delayed, okay, your marriage could also get delayed, right? So that's what I wanted to share in today's video. So I will see you in another video. Thank you and best of luck.